The quiet power of mornings. Every life that looks disciplined, peaceful, and successful from the outside usually begins in a very quiet place. That place is not a stage, not a spotlight, not a moment of applause. It begins in the early morning when the world is still asleep and no one is watching. Mornings don't change your life loudly. They change it slowly, silently, and permanently. The way you wake up is the way you slowly live your entire life. Rushed mornings create rushed lives. Calm mornings create grounded people. Why mornings matter more than you think. Your morning is the foundation of your day, and your days are the foundation of your life. You don't suddenly become disciplined at noon. You don't suddenly find clarity at night. The tone of your day is already decided within the first 1 hour after you wake up. If your morning starts with panic, distraction, and chaos, your mind stays scattered all day. If your morning starts with intention, silence, and care, your mind stays centered, even when the day becomes difficult. Most people wake up. Very few truly arrive in their day. Many people open their eyes in the morning, but very few truly arrive in their day. Most people wake up and immediately check their phone, absorb other people's opinions, compare their life, react instead of choosing. Before their feet touch the floor, their peace is already gone. A powerful morning is not about doing more. It's about protecting your mind before the world enters it. The first habit, waking up without rushing. The most underrated morning habit is simply not rushing. You don't need to wake up aggressively. You don't need to jump out of bed in panic. You need to wake up with awareness. Even 2 minutes of silence before touching your phone can change the quality of your entire day. When you wake up slowly, your nervous system feels safe, and a calm nervous system creates better focus, better decisions, and better energy. The second habit, choosing silence before noise. Before the world speaks to you, you should listen to yourself. Silence in the morning is not emptiness, it is clarity waiting to appear. Sit quietly, breathe slowly. Do nothing for a moment. This is not laziness, this is alignment. Silence allows your mind to settle before it has to perform. The third habit, simple movement, not intense pressure. Morning movement is not about punishment, it is about awakening the body gently. Stretch, walk, breathe deeply. You don't need extreme workouts every morning. You need consistency, not intensity. When your body feels respected, it gives you energy back. The fourth habit, a clean start, inside and outside. Something simple, like washing your face slowly, making your bed, or opening a window, teaches your mind one thing: I am starting fresh. Small acts of order create inner order. You don't need a perfect life. You need a clear beginning every day. The fifth habit, feeding your mind before feeding the world. Before you consume news, messages, or social media, feed your mind with something nourishing. A page of a book, a journal line, a quiet intention. What you consume first becomes the lens through which you see the rest of the day. Mornings build identity, not just productivity. Morning habits are not about efficiency, they are about identity. When you wake up with intention every day, you slowly become someone who trusts themselves. Self-trust is built in quiet moments, not in loud achievements. A gentle reminder. You don't need perfect mornings, you need honest ones. Even one small habit done consistently can change your relationship with life. Mornings are not about becoming someone new. They are about returning to yourself before the world pulls you away. And this is only the beginning. Discipline is not pressure. It is self-respect. Most people misunderstand discipline. They think discipline is forcing yourself, punishing yourself, being harsh. But true discipline is none of those things. Discipline is self-respect practiced daily. When you wake up with calm intention, you are telling yourself, I matter enough to show up for my life. Discipline does not shout, it whispers. And mornings are where that whisper is heard the clearest. The habit of doing one thing fully. A powerful morning habit is learning to do one thing at a time. Drink your tea without scrolling. Breathe without rushing. Walk without planning 10 steps ahead. Multitasking in the morning creates mental noise that lasts all day. But when you give full attention to one simple action, your mind learns how to focus again. Focus is not something you force, it is something you train gently. Why slow mornings create strong minds. A slow morning does not mean an unproductive day. It means a stable nervous system. And a stable nervous system can handle stress, decisions, and challenges far better than a rushed one. People who move slowly in the morning often move wisely during the day. They react less. They think more. They panic less. Slow does not mean weak. Slow means rooted.
The habit of keeping promises to yourself. Every small morning habit is a promise you make to yourself. Waking up when you said you would. Sitting quietly for 5 minutes. Choosing intention over distraction. When you break promises to yourself repeatedly, your confidence quietly erodes. But when you keep even the smallest promises, self-trust grows. Confidence is not built on big wins. It is built on small, private consistency. Morning focus is about direction, not pressure. You don't need a long to-do list in the morning. You need direction. Ask yourself gently, what matters today? Not 10 things, not everything, just one clear direction. A calm morning asks for clarity, not overload. The habit of protecting your energy. Energy is more valuable than time. You can always find time, but once your energy is gone, the day becomes heavy. Morning habits should protect your energy, not drain it. That means less noise, less comparison, less rushing. Peace in the morning becomes strength later in the day. Why consistency beats motivation. Motivation is loud. It comes and goes. Consistency is quiet. It stays. Morning habits work not because they are exciting, but because they are repeated, even on boring days, even on tired days, especially on ordinary days. A life is built in ordinary mornings.
The habit of choosing yourself first. Before serving the world, answering messages, meeting expectations, choose yourself. This is not selfishness. This is survival. When you begin the day grounded, you give from fullness, not emptiness. Calm mornings teach emotional control. When you practice calm in the morning, you train your emotions without realizing it. You learn to pause before reacting, to breathe before responding, to stay present under pressure. This is emotional intelligence, and it begins in silence. A life without rush is a life with depth. Rushed lives look busy, but feel empty. Calm lives look simple, but feel rich. Morning habits decide which life you are slowly building. You don't need to wake up earlier than everyone else. You don't need extreme routines. You need presence, consistency, and respect for your own pace. Mornings are not about becoming perfect. They are about becoming steady.
Silence is not empty. It is restorative. Most people are afraid of silence because silence brings thoughts, and thoughts bring truth. But the morning is the safest time to sit with silence. The world has not demanded anything from you yet. No expectations, no comparisons, no pressure. In that silence, you don't have to perform. You just have to exist. And that is healing. The habit of listening to yourself. Morning solitude is not about isolation. It is about reconnection. Throughout the day, you listen to everyone else. In the morning, listen to yourself. Not with judgment, not with criticism, just gentle awareness. Ask quietly, how am I really feeling today? You don't need answers immediately. You need honesty. Your inner voice sets the mood of the day. The way you talk to yourself in the morning becomes the emotional background music of your day. If your inner voice is rushed, harsh, or impatient, your day feels heavy. If your inner voice is calm and kind, even difficult moments feel manageable. Morning habits are not only physical, they are conversations with the self. Replacing mental noise with mental space. Mental noise is created by constant input, endless scrolling, too many voices. Morning habits should create space, not stimulation. Space allows clarity to appear naturally. You don't need to fix your thoughts. You need to give them room to settle. Like muddy water, leave it still and it becomes clear. The habit of gentle reflection. Reflection does not mean overthinking. It means noticing patterns without judging them. In the morning, notice your mood. Notice your energy. Notice your resistance. Awareness itself is progress. When you become aware, change begins quietly. Morning solitude heals emotional fatigue. Many people are not lazy, they are emotionally tired. They wake up already exhausted because their mind never rested. Morning solitude gives your emotions a safe place to breathe. Even 10 minutes of quiet presence can reset your emotional state. Healing does not need intensity, it needs consistency and gentleness. Why you don't need to feel motivated. Motivation is emotional. Morning habits are structural. You don't need to feel inspired to sit quietly. You don't need to feel excited to breathe deeply. You show up because you decided to care, and care creates momentum. The habit of letting the day begin softly. Not every day needs to start with ambition. Some days need softness. Some days need patience. Some days need forgiveness. Morning habits teach you to meet yourself where you are, not where you think you should be. This builds emotional maturity. Morning stillness trains resilience. Life will be noisy. People will disappoint. Plans will fail. Morning stillness prepares you for that, not by toughening you, but by grounding you. Grounded people bend, but they don't break. The habit of starting without comparison. Comparison is loudest in the morning when you pick up your phone too early. Protect your mind. Your journey does not need witnesses. Your growth does not need validation. Morning habits remind you, this is my life, my pace, my path. A gentle truth. You don't need to change everything. You don't need to fix yourself. You need to be present with yourself. That alone changes more than effort ever could. Morning solitude is not about escaping life. It is about meeting life from a place of calm. When your mornings are peaceful, your reactions become wiser, and wisdom is quiet power.
Your mornings are quietly shaping your future. You may not notice it today. You may not feel it this week. But the way you begin your mornings is slowly shaping the person you will become. Not dramatically, not instantly, but inevitably. A rushed morning creates a rushed identity. A gentle morning creates a grounded one. A life without rush is a life with intention. Living without rush does not mean doing less. It means doing things with presence. When you stop rushing, you listen better. You choose better. You respond instead of react. Your life becomes quieter, but deeper. Why sustainable habits matter more than perfect ones. Many people fail at habits because they aim for perfection. Early wake-ups, extreme routines, overloaded schedules. But sustainable habits are simple. They fit into your life. They respect your energy. They grow with you. Morning habits should support your life, not compete with it. The habit of returning to yourself every morning. Every day, life pulls you outward. Responsibilities, noise, expectations. Morning habits are a way of saying, before I give myself to the world, I will come back to myself. This return builds emotional stability. Your pace is your power. You don't need to match anyone else's speed. Some people bloom early. Some bloom quietly. Some bloom slowly. All growth is valid. When you honor your own pace, you stop feeling behind. You start feeling aligned. How calm mornings change your relationships. When you begin the day calm, you speak with patience. You listen without defensiveness. You react less emotionally. People feel safer around grounded energy. Your inner peace quietly improves your outer world. Morning habits and self-identity. Over time, morning habits stop feeling like effort. They become identity. You no longer say, I'm trying to be disciplined. You simply become someone who shows up calmly. Identity changes everything. A gentle reminder about progress. Progress is not always visible. Some days your only win is staying present. Some days your only achievement is not rushing. And that is enough. Healing and growth are not loud processes. They are quiet returns to balance. The habit of ending the morning with gratitude. Gratitude does not need big reasons. A warm drink. Soft light. A quiet breath. Ending your morning with a moment of gratitude softens your entire day. Grateful minds notice beauty, and beauty gives strength. What a calm morning ultimately gives you. Not productivity, not success, but clarity. Clarity about what matters, what doesn't, who you are becoming. With clarity, decisions feel lighter. You don't need to change your whole life. You just need to change how you begin it. Mornings are small doors to big transformations. A closing reflection. One day you will look back at your life and realize the most powerful changes did not come from dramatic moments. They came from quiet mornings where you chose calm over chaos, presence over pressure, care over rush. Take your time. You are not late.
You are not behind. You are becoming, one gentle morning at a time.